What's up, guys? And you're listening to the Average Gentleman Podcast. We're kicking things off with what's in your cup. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I'm having a lime, bubbly, and Tito's.
I'm having the same because we're recording in my house. And
ours is a little special, though, since we have no cups. We sipped a little of the bubbly out of the can and pour the vodka in the can.
Just like high school.
Just like high school. So bubbly is just all it is. It's a flavored seltzer. Not to get confused with a White Claw or a Truly. This is just a plain seltzer, and we're adding Tito's vodka.
That's fine. I'm still drinking a Gatorade Zero Blue. Did they have a name for this thing? I've always just called it Blue.
Frost? Something like that.
Glacial Freeze.
Glacial Freeze.
That's what it is. Because I have a wonderful weekend coming up.
Yeah, what do you got?
I have to go get a colonoscopy and an endoscopy. So I'm basically getting Chinese finger trapped on Friday over here.
Very nice.
So isn't it kind of weird how we're getting old?
First? That I remember, probably, yeah. But I'm probably not going to remember because they're putting me under anesthesia. So, yeah, woo!
Isn't it kind of weird how we're getting old and all these little things that we have to do to fix or find what's wrong with us?
These like routine maintenances that usually...
No, this is not routine maintenance. Like, you understand.
This is like to find out what's going on with you.
After the podcast we had with Andrew, I had to pull over when I was drinking the Pepto-Bismol and iced tea. I had to pull over on the side of the road driving home to puke out the Pepto-Bismol because my stomach is so fucked. So they don't know what's going on. So they're like, well, we got to get in there and look.
Let's flush out.
Yeah.
So how much more are you down? I know you've been driving.
Yeah, I'm down, I think, total like 25 pounds in like the last like month and a half. I'm like at 303, which is 302. I don't know. I haven't weighed myself a couple of days, which is the latest I've been in fucking forever, man.
Since like high school?
Almost college, definitely. You know, so I mean, it's been crazy, and we just gotta figure out what's going on with this stomach. You know, I think I really.
So, what do they have you doing? I know you mentioned earlier before the show about the
prep,
the laxatives. Yeah, what's the prep like? Because all right. So for me, I mean, we're all pretty much the same age. Yeah. I've never had a colonoscopy before.
Me either.
So
nor I.
Right. So this is your first one. So what's the prep work like?
So they're going to take your flour.
So they are. Yes. We're gonna have a very special relationship, me and that doctor. So I had to go pick up this medicine that was $100 fucking for with insurance.
Wow.
Which is insane. I was like, they said they had a cheaper way. I'm like, whatever. This is the recommended way. I'm like, I want nothing up there that's going to cause a problem for the doctor in and out. I'm like, I want to be wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So, you have to get these. They have 2 6-ounce bottles of the laxative.
Okay.
And they give you a 16-ounce cup, and you have to pour in the 6 ounces and then fill it up the 16 ounces with water, basically chug it down. And then the next hour, drink 2 more 16-ounce glasses of water.
Now, this is the day of.
This is the Thursday before. So 5 o'clock.
Oh, so they want you fucking like.
Yeah. So
you have to drink one first and then an hour later drink the other.
So Thursday, I have to be on a clear liquid diet all day. So nothing but like chicken broth, non-red Gatorade, no reds or purples, but just like.
You should just drink orange soda.
Tito's. Just drink Tito's.
No alcohol for a week, it said. So I have to have an all clear diet. And then at 5 o'clock on Thursday night, I got to take this first dose. And I was told you got to basically sit on the toilet as you're taking it because it runs through you that quick. And then.
So is it like, I guess, a concentrated version of like that magnesium? What's it called? Like that shit that they sell at CVS, magnesium like citrate or whatever the fuck
Probably,
it is.
Yeah. It's like this stuff they give like. Remember when we had to take Kevin to the emergency room and they had to pump his stomach?
Yes.
It's like that level of shit they give you, man. It's just to get it out.
I'm just picturing Dumb and Dumber when he's on the bowl.
Yes. This is what I'm thinking. So that was what he did. He poured in the whole bottle. I've got to do it twice. So then if my appointment is before 11 the next day, which I find out on the day before, I do the second time at 8 o'clock at night. And then I go to bed and get up and go do my thing. And then if it's not, I have to wake up 5 hours before the appointment and do the next dosage.
So I'm curious, are there any side effects to this medication? You know, there's side effects to something.
It looks pretty safe.
You're sleeping on the bowl.
You may want to. I mean,
yeah, seriously. Although you're going to lose a lot more weight that day. That day,
I will. Yeah.
That day, you're going to get under that 300.
Well,
mark.
so tomorrow I'm going to try and eat like lighter stuff. I'm not going to go crazy. You know, I'm going to eat like some rice. You know, maybe not rice, but you know, like lighter things.
Yeah. And
then Thursday's obviously all fucking liquid, so that way I can clean myself out and get in and get this done.
Yeah, I don't know if
I'm more nervous with the anesthesia than anything, because the last time I was under was when I had my tonsils out when I was like 3, 4, however old I was.
Yeah.
And my dad, I remember, got very sick from it when he had to go under for some procedures.
Did you tell him that you may get sick?
I mean, I told him my dad did. They said, well, that's not really necessarily an epidemic, you know, telling it's going to happen to me because it happened to him.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. It's going to be,
it's going to be an interesting day for you.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have an update.
Yeah, we'll talk about the next week. You know, I mean,
yeah, that's going to be a very interesting day for you. But let us know. How.
I'll try and live text you guys, and I'm going under. I'm like, hey, they're putting the mask on my
3, 2.
They
just don't live text us when you take the laxative. that you can keep to yourself.
I'll FaceTime you guys with that one. We'll FaceTime call
it. So what I was talking about before, magnesium citrate.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's basically a liquid bottle.
I'll send pictures to you guys later. It came in a nice little box with its own little plastic pint glass. I'm like, oh, we should get Budweiser to put a logo on this or something, you know, give you a little branding.
Yeah. Budweiser weight loss.
The Bud Mud.
So, so they're going to stick a camera up your ass and
try and
down your throat, right?
Yep.
Both ends?
Both ends. Endoscopy and colonoscopy.
At the same time?
Yes. I hope they don't mix up the which one goes where, you know, like in was it Idiocracy? This one goes in your mouth, this one goes in your ear, this one goes in your butt. Oh no, wait. Switch it up.
The other way around.
Well, hopefully if they do, they realize that before the one that goes in your ass.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, please God.
So 2 cameras.
2 cameras.
That's interesting. I wonder if they're going to hook up to a phone. No, I'm kidding. No, you've seen those.
You want me to ask if they can stream it to you guys? No, so you can watch them going up?
No, not at all.
If I can get the tape, do you want me to get like the video and we can watch it?
I was only.
Please no.
I was only asking because I found I guess one of those snakes that has a camera at the end of it that you can plug into like an Android phone or iPhone. And like you snake the thing down the pipe to see what's the clog or what's causing the clog.
No one's using that to go down the pipe. They're going in the doors to fucking peep on people, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's like fucking every cop movie you see. Oh, we got a little fiber optic thing.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, cut a little hole in the doll's mouth and stick the camera through and keep it in the room. And
yeah, that's exactly what it is. But
you creepy motherfucker.
I don't have one. I was just saying that I just saw an ad for it. You know what? Speaking of fucking ads, so this keeps happening since we spoke about the Traeger grills. Right? I just keep seeing like different ads of things that we talk about on fucking Facebook, on YouTube. It's so one thing that I found on my phone was in the privacy settings. Facebook has access to my microphone.
I know, it's great.
You give them access,
right? But you would think
that's a lot of apps though.
Well, I mean, I only have like maybe a handful, and that's more of like Skype, GoToMeeting, you know, shit like that, like stuff for work. But Facebook was one of the big ones because same thing with me and my wife. We were talking about something, and the next day she's getting ads on her phone through Facebook. And it's like, what the fuck?
Hey, you got to be careful with that. That's the face swap app. Like you give them access to your whole camera library.
Yeah.
Like people don't think about that. They just click through and like, all right, I want to see my face on my husband or my wife or my kid or my dog or
dude. I'm their target audience, man. I'm my phone's fucked at this point. Like Russia knows who I'm calling on a daily basis. Trump is talking to Russia through my phone. I mean,
it's fucking insane. Like, I mean, I know it's most social media apps because there's certain things that, you know, you want to be able to do. But the fact that Facebook is always listening Always. Now, it's not that whether if the app is open or not. It's always listening. It's insane. It's crazy.
We're in 1984, man. It's not it's not a police state, but it's fucking,
Yeah. So I mean that data, it's being fucking transcribed somewhere, and there's one person that fucking works for Facebook that's just kind of like,
it's like the South Park episode with the TSA in the bathroom, and the one guy just in the corner just going nuts.
So that's what I did this weekend. I fucking turned the microphone off, and I'm kind of doing my own little experiment to see if anything else comes up. Yeah. So far it's been a couple days, so we'll see how it goes. But it's very weird, dude. Very weird.
I don't care. I'm not doing anything illegal. So.
Neither am I. But don't you feel like it's kind of like invasion of privacy?
I got more things to worry about in life.
That's always my argument too. But the more I think about it, that's how the police state starts, right? Is the people like us saying, I'm not doing anything wrong. You want to listen. And then,
but the minute you do something wrong,
but then you get to a critical mass where you have so many people doing this, and the government's already gotten so much power at that. Like, this is like where we see post-apocalyptic shit with, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I should be more diligent, but it's just, it's much easier just to let the phone do whatever it wants to do as long as it does what I want to do when I want to do it.
It's still going to do.
I'm not on the Android anymore, right? Because I'm just getting lazy.
It's still going to do the same thing that you want to do. It's just you're stopping certain services. So for another example, like say you want to replace the battery in your phone, right? Now I'm the type of guy where something sucks in my phone, the screen breaks, I'll replace it, whatever, right? I mean, they're just making it harder and harder to do those kind of things. So you have your car, right?
Yeah.
You want to work on your car. You have the ability and you're able to do it, right? And you go buy the parts that you want to go buy. You replace the parts yourself. You do the upgrade, whatever.
But we're talking about, I mean,
but there are also building cars now where it's not that easy.
That's one thing. Yes.
I got a friend of mine who had to replace the fog light in his car, and they literally had to take off the entire bumper.
Yeah.
Just to get to the fog light.
Right. But if you have the ability to do it and you want to do it, you should be able to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
But the problem with microprocessors is inherently in the nature of what they're called is they're micro. Is the ability for Joe Q Public to work on that is how, right? So if if you have
the expertise of knowing how to do it and you want to do it, you should have the ability or the right mind to say, hey, if I want to just do it because it's broken and I don't want to spend $500 on a new screen and get it somewhere else that's cheaper, that's the exact same replica of what you're going to buy at the Apple store. But you should be able to do it.
But the prices of screens have come down so much already, right? I mean, they're selling the same price as Apple as you can get them on the street at this point.
Yes and no. But no. But say you go somewhere and you find it, the exact model of the screen that you want.
They make them in China for 10 cents a piece. Like you see that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, I know.
That's what I'm saying. So instead of you having to go somewhere to pay out your ass to go have it replaced,
because then the company wouldn't be, their big job is to make money on you.
Of course.
So they want you to buy a new phone every 2 years. When they came out,
that's fine. That's fine if you want to, if your camera breaks, right, and they want to charge you $200 to fucking replace your camera, right, where I could do it for you for 10, or I could do it for you for 10. All I gotta do is pop the screen off and replace the camera, and that's all it costs. What option are you gonna go with?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah. Same. Okay. So here's an example. So now what they're
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I understand it.
So now check this out. What they did with the battery, and they just found out this week on the XS Max and XR. If you go get
my phone,
so your phone, if you go get a battery replacement, and I did it for you, which is super simple to do, right? Your phone will now say that it wasn't replaced by an Apple technician.
And avoids warranty?
It'll void the warranty, technically. A $29 battery. You can take that to fucking Staples. You can take it to anywhere and get the battery replaced. And now all of a sudden it's a problem.
Let me play devil's advocate.
But first, choosing Apple, that's something you have to accept.
Yeah,
because
you can choose to have a shittier phone.
But no, Steve Jobs for years had closed end Like I remember back in grammar school, like Mac computers couldn't use the same fuck anything.
Yeah,
like
Word. Yeah, I remember. Programs, everything.
You could send an email between them.
Yeah.
Like, so he wanted end-to-end control. I mean, so this is what we have to give up to have that, right?
Yeah.
It's if someone wants to go and do it better, the marketplace will adapt to them. Huawei, which is another phone company that, Joe Rogan.
They're fucked.
But again, it shows
Huawei's banned right now.
Yes, because of I understand that, but it shows that the ability is there. The market will shift to that if the product is good.
Yes.
So,
and Huawei's getting there. They just need to fix whatever they need to fix to get back into the country.
Yeah, it was bullshit Chinese.
The Chinese spy bullshit. Yeah.
Which, come on, we do the same fucking thing. Like,
yeah, I'm sure.
Are we really going to give them a slap on the wrist? Like, all right, we caught you. You don't think fucking not Toyota, like Ford is sending over fucking cars over there that are all chipped out? Come on. They're listening to everything.
It's true. Now everything's fucking shipping with Alexa and Google Home and Siri built in.
I just got the Ring doorbell that finally I ordered on Prime Day.
Got it?
Just came like on Monday and I installed it and now I can look at my door from my phone. I have the Echo Show with the screen on it.
Yeah. So I can see it from there.
I can pull it up there.
I have it with the Nest and the Google Nest.
Yeah.
The home Nest.
Yeah, I just found out they have a floodlight camera that we're going to replace in the backyard. So that way,
they just came out with
my wife can see my son playing in the backyard.
Yeah, on
the camera and everything. If she has to go inside.
Yeah, I have to get something for the backyard.
The floodlight camera was bad. It was only like $200.
Well, I don't need a floodlight back there because I have one above the garage. But so last week I was traveling for work, and my wife calls me, and I told you guys the story. There were 2 dead bunnies in my backyard.
Oh my god, I forgot all about this.
Yeah. So I'm literally in a conference room with like 5 French Canadians, and my wife's texting me, can you call one of the neighbors to come over and pick up a couple dead bunnies out of the backyard? I'm like, what the fuck? Dead bunnies?
Just your everyday text.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? So then
sounds like a fucking practical
pet cemetery in your yard.
Yeah. So then so I call
very specific pet cemetery.
I call Brian. He was a guest on one of the episode 7. So I call Brian and say, hey Brian, if you're around, would you mind going over and helping out my wife, my mother-in-law, or whatever?
Yeah, because you're in Sweden.
No, I was in Canada.
Okay.
So
you were away.
I was away. So he was like, yeah, no problem, I'll come over. So he came over, and I could see him. It's funny, I have a video through the Ring doorbell. I see him with a bag and these black like gloves.
It's a fucking Undertaker.
Yeah,
it's like fucking Dexter.
Yeah, basically, right? But he came in, he wore like a tank top, his backwards cap, and like flip flops, and he was like, yeah, I picked him up and I put him in the bag and I handed him over to your mother-in-law. She's like, here you go.
What'd she do with him?
She just put him in the garbage. But
I don't think it's
hold on, wait. A few hours later, I get another call. Can you have Brian come back over? I'm like, what the fuck? Why? We found another dead bunny. What? So then I was like, all right.
This isn't like a zombie bunny shit. We're not starting like.
No, I mean, so
zero.
And these are like baby bunnies. Like they're smaller like than your phone in the size in my hand. So I know they're all babies. So I was like, what the fuck?
These are small bunnies. Now it's sad. Instead of full size bunnies.
I was imagining like little cottontail ones that had like maybe a couple months to live.
No, I mean, from what I heard, they were very small. So then, he had already left or something to go somewhere, and he wasn't available. So then my other neighbor had come over to pick up her daughter that she was hanging out here. And she's pretty badass, so she was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So my wife gave her the shovel, and she's like, "All right." So I think she like whacked the bunny just to make sure that it was dead. I wasn't sure. I didn't get the full story.
The double tap from Zombieland.
Always double check.
So then she ended up. So from what I've heard, at least from Brian, when he saw the bunnies, he said they didn't look like they were bloody at all. So my dog didn't get to them. And there's maybe 2 possibilities. Someone either poisoned them or put a poison out, and all 4 of them ate the poison, or we have a couple wild cats around, and one of the cats, maybe that cat basically broke all the bunnies' necks and just wouldn't eat them. So I don't know which one to go.
I think the poison's probably.
I don't know because
cats are savages though, man.
Yeah, you'd still have some evidence of.
Not really.
Dude,
I mean,
I heard
unless you really inspect it, like how are you gonna know?
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't there to see it, so like from what I'm told, there was no blood. There was, I don't know.
Yeah, but cats are crazy. I heard like statistic on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah,
that there's like 3 million birds a year that cats just fucking kill and eat.
That's funny.
Like it's an absurd, like
absurd like wild
number.
Cats and shit. Yeah,
like every cat, like house cats too, like nuts.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of weird that it happened, and this is the first time something like this has ever happened. So I'm like,
has it been anything since?
No. I when I came home, I cut the grass, and I was kind of looking around to see.
Brave man cutting the grass.
Well, someone's got to do it.
Well, yeah, you got to pay attention now. You're going to run over a dead bunny. And it's going to be a bigger mess to clean.
Yeah, seriously. I think I would just leave it.
Oh, man.
Honey, you threw out the hamburger meat. I ran over it.
I'm just envisioning like every 80s movie that did that. Like they ground something up.
Yeah, and like
or like the Golden Circle.
Like a propeller fan.
Yeah.
Like from an airplane.
Oh.
Just waiting for the blood splatter to spray my leg.
I hope the groundhog that's by my house gets poisoned.
Or like Gremlins when they just come out with like a weed whacker and start killing them.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, is a groundhog by your house? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it eats my garbage. Oh, the other night when I went to take the garbage out, I have like one of those garbage sheds.
Yeah.
And it was late. I wasn't really paying attention, and I lifted the top, and the fucking thing jumped out, and because it was eating the garbage. Luckily, it didn't jump at me.
Start pissing in there.
I might.
Seriously.
Man, my son do it.
No, seriously. Because we have a groundhog in my house that every comes around behind our shed. So I start pissing behind the shed. I haven't seen him in 2 months.
Yeah.
Like every other week, I'll just go take a piss in the backyard.
Marking your territory.
No, because seriously, it's an animal.
I may tell my kid to do that then. But then he's going to think he can piss outside the house.
We use doe urine to attract deers during hunting season.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny. You're marking your territory.
Because you smell like a predator to them. They don't know what you are.
Yeah, I guess. You got to instill a little fear in them.
Yeah.
You can take your drone.
I got to turn my camera off when I do it.
Oh. the chick with the dog, they got caught beating her dog on
YouTube, right?
On YouTube.
Yeah, I heard about that.
She accidentally uploaded the full video or something, and it showed her like disciplining her dog before it was like, oh, go lay down. Like,
yeah. But I didn't see the video, but I heard it was more than just disciplining. Maybe like, I don't know. I think they were trying to go after her for animal abuse or whatever.
People are more sensitive to dogs getting abused than people.
She didn't take a belt to the dog with like nails in it or nothing. I mean, did she smack the dog and like yell at it? Absolutely, but
yeah,
is it abuse?
Is it abuse? Line. Probably not. But
she's not.
People are also very sensitive now.
The dog's healthy. It's eating well. It's no gas. Like, it's not an abused animals. Like
there's a difference. There's a difference between an abused animal and
those videos like late at night when you're watching TV and the Sarah McLachlan shit comes on. Yeah. You see the little dog's eyes looking at you, and
there's
abuse.
There's a big difference between abuse and discipline. Not even just discipline, but like, all right, maybe you had an off day, right, and it was caught on camera. Fine, you're not abusing a dog, right? You're maybe
it's like spanking a child. I spank my child. I'm not abusing him.
No, that's not abuse. Abuse is
when he puts his hand by fire. I'm like
physical abuse.
No.
That's not physical abuse and spanking. They're two different things. One is discipline.
Yeah.
One is like bruising your kid because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Right. There's a difference. Like
spanking is one thing. Breaking his arm or
giving him a black eye for no reason. That's two completely different things, because it's one of those things you don't want your kid to be an asshole. Right. You don't want your kid growing up to be the asshole that some kids are today.
My biggest fear, like that, like I'm working my hardest to make him like he shakes people's hands. He's 3 years old. Like, like being a gentleman, like, like we hold the door for ladies, Joey. Okay.
Yeah. Because you don't want like some of these kids here, some of these kids now are just complete assholes.
Oh my God.
Right. And you want to keep your kids away from those guys because it's like, you don't want them to think that that's okay. Or, like I would, if any of my kids were to hang out with someone like that, you know, I would say, listen, you can't act like that person. You know, their parents.
Yeah, I'm sure we all have that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
With our kids.
And I don't want to say like, I don't want to say to my kid that like, that their parents don't love them.
Yeah. Or that, like they're a bad kid or their parents. Like you don't say that. You address the behavior, not the person. Even and you do that with your kid too. You know, like if you're,
See, I would have the kids hang out at my house then.
You what?
I'd have to just have them come to my house. You know, like, you want to hang out with them? You come to my house.
Yeah.
You play in the living room and I listen to you.
Yeah.
You know, like, I ain't gonna deal with that shit, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's just some kids
that could borrow Ramsey's pervert cam and put it in the room that they're in.
I'll buy my own. It's all right.
You know, there's a spy shop on the way over here.
I see it all the time. Yeah.
I'm sure you can get one from over there.
I can go on Amazon right now and probably order whatever I want.
Yeah, that's true. Teddy bear cam.
Yeah. It's a pretty standard thing at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's the days of Teddy cams being like, what is that? Like, look back at like the one of the Fokker movies, the Meet the Parents, where he put
the first one.
I think it was the second one.
No, it was the second one.
When they go down to the parents' house in Florida or the Keys, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah, he puts the camera in the room. Like, even that is like, oh yeah, that's kind of normal at this point. You know, like.
Yeah, well now it's a little bit more different where it could be just literally a regular camera.
Yeah.
Right, like a Nest cam or whatever. Well, it doesn't even have to be a fucking hidden it as a teddy bear.
Well, that's my friends up in Boston, my wife's friends. Their parents came in to visit for like a month because they live in Texas or wherever, somewhere not close. I don't know where they live, whatever. Yeah. And they were staying at the house while they went out to the Cape for a little bit, and they forgot to tell them that they had the Nest camera up in the corner, but it was off because they were home.
Yeah.
But like
were they talking shit?
No. It was off. So that but her in-laws, because it was her husband's family.
Yeah.
Were saying like they saw it and they like got really nervous, like weren't hanging out in the room because they thought the camera was on. She's like, no, I meant to tell you that it's only there for when we go away, just in case someone breaks in.
Yeah.
You know. It's not just a live stream of our house at all times. We're not fucking Big Brother or what was the shit? Is that the show on
Big
on
Brother.
TV? Big Brother?
Big Brother. Well, you can count it to anything. Big Brother, Jersey Shore, Real World.
This is true.
Yeah. I mean, I have Arlo cameras on the outside of my house, but putting them on the inside just, I don't know.
I have one.
It weirds me out.
Well, I have one on the inside, but that one is not in a permanent location. It's more of like one of those things where we went away and I had it facing like this sliding glass door.
Yeah, like
it's still there. I just never touched. I
got the baby monitor. Like that's it. I don't have any other like.
Yeah, but even that too, someone can fucking, kind of sit there with some kind of device and try and fucking stream their, your shit from the street or whatever. I mean, it's just one of those things.
But it goes back to what we were talking about before with the phones. It's you have to give up a certain amount of privacy to use these things.
That's true.
Right. If you want to be able to have a Ring doorbell and check a live feed across the internet, there's always a chance that someone's going to get that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what they did. Who was it? Was it Amazon?
Amazon owns Ring. So yeah.
I think it was Amazon that some of the employees were just like watching like Ring videos or
because
whatever.
I was looking because I have to get paid for the service, which it's not bad. It's $30 for the year.
Yeah, we pay for it.
And I was looking at the higher tier service comes with live monitoring.
Yeah.
So that means that someone is it's the same thing with a security system.
That's actually because Rings actually sells a security system. So that's what that's for. They monitor like your keypad, your doors, your windows, and
no, but I think that when you're in that package, I guarantee they're using your camera as part of their network to fucking watch. All that shit is they're counting cars going down the street for government studies. I guarantee you.
Oh, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because of this street. The street sucks.
They're doing that shit. They're
and it's probably in something
like
in some language where you just click. I agree without reading the 50-page long thing that you got to read.
It's
the agreement.
Like nobody does that,
but again, it's one of those things that like it excites me of the ability to
be able to monitor
to use it when you need to use it. But then having that power is like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, think about like what they did with the Boston bombing, right?
Yep.
Where they got all the cell phone video, all that, the cameras from the restaurants was in a public place. And they were able to put together a timeline. Like, in fucking 2 days, 3 days. It was insane how fast they figured out who he was, where he was, right?
Yeah.
And like, imagine now they can employ that to these Ring doorbells all over.
Yeah. Well, the police do that now. So I guess it depends on where you live.
I'm sorry, I'm getting really paranoid here.
No, I mean, I know the police department in this town, if you have smart cameras or you have a security, like a Ring doorbell,
they'll come and ask you.
They'll come and ask you to be a member of, you know, if something were to happen, they can come to you and ask you for the video or whatever.
Yeah.
And there wasn't that long ago where there was an incident where there was like a teen that went missing, and they were asking like the public for help because this is not a big town, so they were asking the public for help. As
we saw from you having 2 neighbors that came over and took care of dead rabbits for you.
Exactly. So, you know, so it's like they just come over and say, hey, you know, we were told he came up, or the teenager came up one of these streets, you know, can we review your camera feed just to see if he did, you know, come by?
Yeah, and, go for it.
You know, so shit like that. I mean,
that could help you when, you know,
exactly. Right. So
God forbid you're ever in that
situation or I mean, I've got a couple cameras, so I'm not, I'm okay with.
No, I'm cool with it too. I'm not saying like,
well, yeah, of course, because you have them.
Yeah.
No,
but like, it's one of those things, like, you know, it's awesome technology. Like, you know, when do we reach the singularity point, like with AI, where it becomes smarter than us? And like, what do we do at that point? And, you know, like,
oh, we'll get there when we get there, right?
I think we're fucking close, man.
We are very close. We are.
I think like we're gonna see in our lifetime that event.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be like, you know, something new is gonna happen within the next. I mean, have you seen
the Tesla
deepfake? Have you seen the deepfake stuff?
Yeah. Oh,
recently.
I saw like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, so there were a few things recently that were really crazy.
That they can make it say anything you want by using
not just that. So they did the Full House. Did you see that? The Full House intro.
Oh, they changed everyone's faces.
They changed everyone's faces to Nick Offerman.
Yeah,
right. Which is like, I mean, it's fucking hilarious. And then
I was so confused when they were showing
Michelle.
Yeah. I'm like, because
the mustache.
I'm like, what? It's breaking my brain.
And then
the other one was with Tyson on
Family Matters. Yep. And then
those are funny.
Those are. I mean, they're really hilarious. But then the most recent one is Bill Hader. You know who Bill Hader is from Saturday Night Live?
Yep.
They did 2 things with him. So they did one, it was an interview, I think, with Conan O'Brien, and he was mimicking Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice. And as he's doing it, they changed his face to Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then afterwards, he did another one where he's mimicking Al Pacino's voice. And then they threw his face on Bill Hader's body. I was like, dude, this is insane.
Like live, they're able to do this.
I mean, it wasn't on the Conan O'Brien show, but I mean, the guy, I'm sure he just like when he did this whole program, it was just like you're watching Bill Hader and all of a sudden, boom, Al Pacino. Like, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, but he was changing the face as he was talking. It wasn't a recording because it was Saturday Night Live, right?
No. It was an interview.
Oh, okay,
that was on YouTube, and he just kind of like threw it up there. Yeah, it was insane.
That's crazy.
But I'm sure if this guy was able to do it live, it would happen.
Like that's the craziest thing. Like, how do we, like, video calling is dead at that point, right?
Oh yeah.
Like if he's able to do it simultaneously with my face and put Mike Tyson's face on my head.
Oh, dude, that would
be
hilarious.
And I can just be talking to you on a video call, and
technically
it's Mike. How do you know it's not Mike?
Technically, your phone can already do that, right? You have Snapchat filters. Have you used Snapchat filters?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so it's essentially the same thing.
The dumbed down version of it.
It's a dumbed down version, right?
Yeah.
Right? You can literally change your face. You can change like the Snapchat filters that do that make everyone look like a woman, or they make them look like a woman look like a man. It's
the same aging filter.
Or the aging filter.
It was the same fucking app.
The same concept, right?
Yeah.
It's the same concept. It does the same shit.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's pretty interesting.
But I think the problem comes in the simultaneously doing it, right? I mean, even if the Snapchat filter, whatever it is, it always looks fake.
Yeah.
You know, like tricking the eye is the biggest problem. Is because
it's very easy to trick the eye. Very easy.
To the untrained eye.
Well, yeah. I mean, but look at magicians. Look at magicians and
have you ever watched a TV that there's two TVs right next to each other, and there's like 1/2 second difference, and you kind of see your eye catches the rate.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be hard, man, to fucking do that.
Yeah.
To trick the eye that good, because you could be 99.9% there, and we could pick up that 0.1%. Like our brains are so accustomed to it.
Yeah. But if you're not looking for it and you don't realize, you know, it'll take you that second take to kind of be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
It'll screw with you. All right. Well, enough about this.
We went down a really weird rabbit hole, man. Like,
no pun intended.
I started it.
Yeah. Yes. Pun intended. Unintentionally.
One of the things that was on the agenda was going to be the fall tech that's coming out.
Yeah. Speaking of all this technology that's going to ruin all of our lives, let's
find out the newest and greatest one we can get so I can go upgrade.
Yeah. So Samsung is releasing, or I guess in the pre-order phase right now, of the Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. Now, as much as I would love to maybe give it a shot, I can't because of the Apple ecosystem.
I can't imagine migrating back.
I think we're all like,
at this point,
at a point like
we're at the point of no return.
Yeah,
like,
you're either Apple or you're basically Samsung, because there are other Android manufacturers. But you're
the Google Pixel, which is supposed to be coming out also, but
but I think Samsung pretty much dominates that side of the.
I don't know. I think they're right now. Google and Samsung have a good battle between them.
Yeah,
Huawei may be catching up. I don't know about LG so much, but Huawei's been banned right now. So right now they're kind of
Huawei just straight copies Apple though. Like they make a computer that is a replica in gray of like the MacBook Air.
Yeah, but it's Windows, and the thing is, Windows sucks. I hate it.
I don't even know if I know how to use it. Like it's hard for me when I have to like log on to work. Like because I just grew so accustomed to Apple.
Yeah, so did I, and I can do like everything I can do or need to do for work. I can do from anything, iPad, MacBook, Windows, whatever. I just hate the Windows interface. It sucks so bad. But I would love to give the Note 10 Plus a shot. But
I think you're going to be disappointed.
I don't think I'll be disappointed. I will be I'll be disappointed to the fact that I can't integrate with what I have. That's the point of disappointment.
Just so everyone knows, he's sitting here with two MacBooks in front of him, with his Apple earbuds, wherever they are, the wireless AirPods on the table, and his watch, which is also a Apple Watch, on. So
that's what I mean.
We're basically a commercial for Apple.
That's what I mean. That like my entire ecosystem, is Apple. So
yeah, I understand.
To now switch to Samsung, and I made the switch.
One part of it.
Right. I've made the switch to Samsung before, and that was around 4S phase.
And you went back.
But I went back. Yeah, right.
Because you went back pretty quick too, I think, right? You weren't on Samsung for very long.
Because I got on Samsung right around the same time that you did. And by the time.
And you both changed networks too. You went from was that you? No, it may have been someone else.
No. Well, no, I went from
Sprint to Verizon.
Sprint to AT&T. Well, Sprint kicked me off.
That's right, because you were just.
You had too much roaming.
Yeah, there was a hack for that.
Well, because you wanted to break your contract, didn't you?
No, I would never do such a thing like that.
I think you're okay.
Yeah. No, they kicked me off. They were like, well, you use too much data roaming. And the reason
Sprint doesn't exist anymore. It's fucking T-Mobile now.
Well, now it's going to be T-Mobile right there. Their merger was successful. Well, will be successful shortly. But yeah, so some of the cool things, I guess, with
that's the easier switch is the carrier switch, because you can keep everything the same.
Yeah,
now it is.
I'm interested to see what T-Mobile's going to do with Sprint on their network now. And
I'm a Sprint customer, so I'll let you know.
And, yeah, that's right.
And isn't T-Mobile and Sprint on a different type of
technology? Yeah,
that's actually a better technology for the future. Like it was.
Well, so
4G,
Sprint
4G was better because it was faster right now, but the technology Sprint used was a little slower now, but the potential in the future was bigger or something.
I know Sprint's LTE, they took forever. I mean, they were fourth in line as far as I was concerned when I had them. I mean, I know you have them, Ray, but when I had them, I mean,
I have them just for
because of the price
point and just
how is the coverage?
I mean, I have a Sprint. My personal phone is a Sprint phone. I have a Verizon one from work, and there's
so you can see a difference.
Yeah.
If there was.
Which one's better? I know I know the Verizon phone is an older phone.
Yeah,
but
I mean, coverage wise, I don't see a difference.
Okay, so
that's also. I mean, that's not. That can't be generalized for the entire. For anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, someone. Can
so are you doing speed tests, or have you tried doing any kind of speed test?
I haven't done that. I'm just so like if I'm in a dead spot on my Sprint phone, I'm in a dead spot on the Verizon phone. Like that kind of.
Well, all right. So I'm going back maybe 6 years, let's say, where I had Sprint, and then I had like a work phone that was AT&T. And anytime,
like I was even expecting, like when I got my Verizon phone, I was like, "Oh, this will be good because if I'm in a
dead
area with my Sprint phone, I can just use my work phone." And that never really came to fruition.
Yeah. So I had two phones at one point, and the Sprint phone was always would go from like LTE to like 3G, like almost all the time, which is like terrible. So then I would just use the AT&T phone, and then I'm like. When we got kicked off, I was like, well, we're just going to go with AT&T because one, I get a discount. Two, we'll probably save money. And I hate Sprint. Three.
So you're AT&T.
So I'm AT&T, yeah.
You're Sprint. I'm Verizon. We're like the whole fucking big three.
Well, he's four. He's got T-Mobile now also, right? Oh, soon enough.
I was T-Mobile back when I got thrown out of my house after I failed out of college. I was living with my ex-girlfriend. I got my own phone. I was on T-Mobile way back fucking then.
Yeah.
And then I went to Sprint, and then I've been Verizon now for...
Yeah, I never had T-Mobile. I think I'm on Sprint. I've had Verizon before. I think I might have had AT&T at one point. Like
probably.
Like when I was younger, I think I had AT&T for a short period.
Yeah.
I had AT&T when it was Verizon.
What?
You remember that shit? So
no, I don't remember.
Back in like 2001, Verizon... got bought by AT&T and became AT&T Mobile. And then it was fucking crazy. I'm telling you, it was a different company. And then I don't remember the exact details, but I had like, I had the predecessor to AT&T, whatever it was called. And I believe
Singular.
Singular. Maybe it was Singular then. Yes, it was Singular.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it was. Not Verizon.
Not Verizon. Yeah, Singular.
But I was on Singular and I had the fucking StarTAC.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
So I guess I was on
StarTAC.
technically AT&T.
Yeah.
The one with the fat ass.
When I had Verizon, I had the Razor.
Yeah. I had the Razor.
Motorola Razor.
I had the Blazer. The Blade.
The Blade.
The Samsung's version of the Razor.
Yeah.
On Sprint when I had Sprint. But my favorite phone I ever had, fucking Sidekick 2.
I never had the Sidekick. Well, wasn't Sidekick only on T-Mobile?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's when I had that's when I had T-Mobile. Was when I got filled out.
It was basically a mini Nintendo Switch.
It was
with a flip up screen.
It was
exactly what it was.
Think about it. It had a keypad. It had apps on it. It was like the first fucking smartphone.
Yeah.
I had that. I had the Motorola Q. I had the Thunderbolt from fucking BlackBerry.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had the 1 and 2. I had them both.
Yeah, I had a few Blackberries. So the Blackberries,
the Curve, the
Blackberries, the Curve, the
Bold.
What was the small one? The really small one.
Oh, the one that had the weird keyboard.
Yeah, what was like a 2-button keyboard kind of thing? I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this was all before iPhone, right? So the BlackBerry was the phone of phones at the time.
Oh
right?
yeah.
If you had a BlackBerry, you had the latest.
And they were
phone.
BBM.
BBM.
They were the king of security. Like the cops are having problems with drug dealers because they were using BBM because it was so secure back then.
Yeah. And once the iPhone came out, I mean, that was it.
Even at one point, I remember they replicated.
They just went out of
BBM.
business.
Like you were able to use
on
BBM on an
iPhone.
Well, no, actually, BlackBerry released that app.
Yeah.
Because it was such a service that you can use. I think.
It died.
Did it die?
Quick,
yeah, I don't.
I believe
I knew
they stopped doing it.
Yeah. But
I know they're not making phones anymore. They just tried the last attempt, I think.
Are you sure? Because I remember they had the Z and the Q.
I've seen a. I think they still are trying to read.
Who the fuck owns a BlackBerry phone?
Dude, there are some people that will not give it up.
But like, how much of a pain in the ass for
the same people that still use a Palm Pilot?
I don't know anybody using a Palm Pilot.
I had a Palm Pilot back in the day.
Never had a Palm Pilot.
I was one of those nerd kids, man. I always had the Polaroid camera that was you pulled the picture out the side of it that was like super expensive. Like I had an aunt that took very good care of me.
Yeah. So the latest
Not
phone...
that my parents didn't, just I had an aunt that like giving me the techie stuff that I used to get. Then like I was a poor little orphan boy. My aunt was my benefactor.
So the latest phone that BlackBerry has is the BlackBerry Key 2, Key 1.
They're still making a phone?
They're still making a phone. So technically it's an Android phone. It's got a screen and it's got a keyboard. But dude, there are people...
It's running Android software.
Software, right? But it's more of like a lockdown...
The look and feel of a BlackBerry?
Of a BlackBerry, but an Android OS, right? But but they've been doing that for a long time. They've been doing that for a long time. Like the Q... there was another one after the Q, like the Q10 or whatever. I actually have a Q10.
They tried to do it with the was it the Storm?
Yes, similar.
With the Storm 1 and 2, they tried to do the same thing. That it was
but what they called it was BlackBerry OS. BlackBerry OS.
Yeah,
that's what it was. But it wasn't. So it wasn't truly an Android, but it was their own proprietary thing. But now these are, for the most part, legit like Android, but they're just locked down for BlackBerry. I mean, maybe they change it, but I remember when I had the Q10, that's what it was. And you can install you couldn't put in like Google Play, but you could do like Amazon App Store or whatever and get your apps that way. And that was like the only way that you can get like a real app. Oh, they actually had a BlackBerry store, but it wasn't really fucking doing anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's not going to be able to compete with a fucking Samsung phone. It's not going to be able to compete with a new iPhone.
No.
You know, like and they're expensive too. They're like $700-800
easily.
I mean, what would you prefer?
But what's the next? Like outside of Apple and Samsung, who else? Like LG, are they still making phones?
LG still making phones. Huawei.
Well, Huawei.
That's what I mean. That's like the Android side of the market.
It's so saturated. It's so saturated. The Android market.
I still think Samsung is far and above.
Well, they're the biggest player in the market for them, right?
Yeah. No, they are. And but that's only here. That's only here. And if you go to China or if you go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't speak.
Samsung is not their number one choice. You know, I think Huawei is their number one choice in like China, and even if you go like South America, like Samsung's too expensive. They would prefer to go with something that's on a cheaper side.
Well, yeah, I know, but like.
And it's still they're still outperforming like whatever you can pick up.
And we're back to the same thing. And like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do about it? Like it's
well, so next month
I am an end consumer.
You know what's gonna happen? The what is it? The 10,
the 11, the Note 10 or the Apple 11?
No, I'm talking about the Note.
Note 10 Plus.
Yeah, those are gonna come out. People are gonna pay $1,000, $1,100. What's
the markup? I don't know that. I don't think I've seen the price for it.
So wasn't the next iPhone supposed to be the 9, but it jumped to the 10?
Yes.
Yeah, it went from 8 to 10.
It went from 8 to 10
because of the 10-year anniversary.
They were trying to get ahead of fucking Samsung.
Yeah, of course.
Because now they're going to be
11.
Releasing the 11 when they release the Note 10.
Yeah. So now
fucking brilliant.
I mean, but that's the thing. I mean, there's not going to be much, I guess, I don't know, maybe much of a difference. New processor on the new iPhone. Still, same thing, 3 models compared to the Samsung. Same thing, like 3 models.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to upgrade. The way from what I've seen, I think I'm just going to the 10s Plus.
10s Max.
The 10s Max when the 11 comes out. So I'll be able to get it cheaper.
I'm going to the 11 when the 11 comes out.
Yeah, I may, if I can, I may go to the 11.
Because it almost.
I may too. I mean, I got to see what the price point is and what I mean, because there's a lot of things that are rumored. Let's see what's actually happens or not. But
here's my problem, right? So I'm doing that iPhone forever, or what are you calling it?
Yeah, that's what I do
with
too.
Apple.
Yeah,
I feel that if I'm keeping it for one more month than that year is, I'm essentially losing on the deal because I'm paying the phone down more to give them back a more depreciated asset that I've already paid for.
Yeah.
Whereas if I trade in that 1 year mark as soon as I can, I'm just changing to the next.
Yeah, I've been able to I do the Sprint Flex. Yeah, but it's their lease program. So basically, there's this month I come up to my point where I've paid off the phone.
Yeah,
and I can keep paying the lease payment, or I can. They have a end purchase that you have to pay to own the phone.
Yeah,
so I can keep going month to month paying the lease payment, but it doesn't mark down that price that I have to pay. Yep. So I can extend it I can pay that amount for another 4 months, and I still have to pay the fair market value for that phone if I want to buy it out. It's not
that's stupid.
Yeah.
So you might as well just upgrade.
Same thing. Yeah. That's what they're doing because they want to churn it because they take the iPhones here we buy that we paid tens of thousands for. I even got
screwed on that.
Ship them overseas.
The last time I upgraded because I upgraded my wife's after that period went over, and the market value for her phone was more than what my payoff was for the next month because that payoff option expired. So I ended up paying more to buy out the phone than I would have if I did it a month earlier.
Did it, yeah, that's so stupid.
Fuck.
That's dumb.
Whatever. I just bought it to sell it because I was able to sell it for more than what that payoff was.
Yeah. At that point, you might as well.
Well, I did it I did the iPhone for everything through Apple because I wanted to have the flexibility. If I ever wanted to leave Verizon, I have no contract with them. I'm paying month to month now with them.
Yeah. So now you can go to any carrier you want. Yeah.
So I can leave.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And but see, the thing is, I chew up data, with work and
that's why streaming. Sprint, the price for the unlimited, you can't beat it.
So the plan I have is one of the unlimited plans they had before they got rid of it. So I'm kind of still
grandfathered for a limited time. It's going to be a limited time.
Eventually they're going to kick me off it because they always do. But
once you upgrade your phone, you're going to get kicked off.
But that's why I go through Apple because I never have to upgrade my phone through them.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm paying Apple the upgrade fee.
Not them. Yeah, that'll work for you.
But
so some other new tech. So besides the new iPhones coming out, we have the Samsungs. I think there's a rumor coming out that DJI is coming out with a new drone. They just came out, I think, with a new Osmo Mobile. So Osmo Mobile,
it's like a GoPro.
No, it's not a GoPro. What it is, it's a handheld gimbal. So what it is, and it's for your phone camera.
It's like a Steadicam.
So it's basically a Steadicam. It's a handheld Steadicam that you connect your phone to over Bluetooth, and you can essentially run with it, film a movie, and you can do all these cool time lapses and stuff. I mean, I have
it's insane.
The Osmo Mobile 2. And I've done some really cool time lapses in my backyard, just kind of shit that.
Just think about remember 5 years ago when you tried to take a picture with a cell phone camera,
how shitty it looked,
how shaky it was because there was no stabilizer.
You had to hold it there for a good 3 or 4 seconds before the.
Have you looked at your phone and moved it up and down a little bit and the image doesn't move?
Yeah.
Think about how crazy that is.
Yeah. I mean, so this makes it even, cooler based essentially because you want to
perfectly steady.
I mean, for videos, it's awesome, right? You can literally just hold it in your palm, close your fist and possibly even run with it without it kind of having that bouncy video.
Have you seen the backpack that they designed for people who run? So
yes.
It has a slot in the back of it. So as you're running, it bounces up and down counter to you.
Mm-hmm. So it's not strenuous on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a 0G backpack.
Yeah. I saw
Fucking bananas.
Yeah. That's actually really cool.
Yeah. With the Mavic Mini, that's going to have the 4K.
I think the
camera is going to have 4K. And I think that's supposed to replace the Spark from what I read.
Which they should have done in the first place. So the Spark, it's same
price point,
right? So it's a small handheld, drone. I think we showed it to you. So it's a small one.
Yeah.
The only problem is the legs and I guess the wings you want to call it are fixed, so you can't fold them in like the bigger drone.
Okay.
Right. So the carrying case itself is a little bit bigger. I mean, it's a small form factor to begin with, so you can carry it around wherever you want to go. But unlike the Mavic Air or the Mavic Pro, the legs fold into the body.
So it makes it
literally sits in the palm of your hand.
Yeah. So it makes it really compact.
You can put it in your pocket and it's like having an extra cell phone.
I don't know if you can put it in your pocket. I think it's still a little thick for.
It's still a little thick, but still, I mean, the concept is there.
Still bigger than probably the battery you have.
Yeah. So no bigger than that. Yeah. So I mean, but still, it's still one of those things where I'm actually pumped for it because it's a smaller drone that I would definitely take with me everywhere. Yeah. I mean, I can't go to Canada with it because they have no rules that you can't fly if you don't have a license and all this, whatever. Yes. Okay. But anywhere else I go, I can take it with me, or I wouldn't have to even think twice about throwing it in a bag and it being able to be used. So I may pick it up.
Very cool. Well, you just said 4K and it made me think. I didn't tell you guys, I got a new TV.
Oh, you got it.
Did you get that TV?
No, I did not. My wife wouldn't let me pull the trigger on that one. But
why? It was a really good price.
Yeah, it was. But she's like, I don't want to spend that much on TV. She's like, 300 your max. I'm like,
oh, that sucks. What, you get, 24 inch?
No. This is fucking amazing.
No, you could probably get it. I got what, a 55 or 65?
I got Insignia, which is
it's Best Buy's brand.
Yeah.
Best Buy produced.
I bought it in Best Buy.
It.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a 50-inch Insignia.
Okay.
Smart 4K. TV, 4K with the Amazon Alexa, whatever built into
Fire
it.
TV,
right? I got it for $250.
Not bad
for a 50-inch.
That's pretty good.
It's fucking. The one I had in my house. Well, again, what
did you have? What did you go?
I had LG 50-inch, but it was a plasma.
Oh,
and it was from my first marriage. It was my parents bought me that as one of my wedding gifts. So
it's really old. Yeah.
And plasma is only rated for so long on its own.
Yeah, because the gas inside of it eventually there is no more.
Yeah. And it was crazy. So I carried the one TV up and I went to pick up the plasma TV and I almost
fell over.
I'm like, holy, I couldn't believe the weight
difference. Oh yeah.
It was like 30, 50, 40 pounds difference.
Yeah.
In weight.
Dude, it's insane. I mean, so the 75, so I have 75 4K.
Like this and that weighs, tape on the fucking wall.
I think that weighs probably just about 70 or 80 pounds. Alone.
Yes, it is, because I had to upgrade my wall mount. Yeah.
This TV weighs maybe 10 pounds. The one I picked. It's like so fucking light.
Oh yeah.
But it's insane.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty good deal. What was the one that I sent you again?
It was like a
70-inch Vizio.
Yeah. 70 inch for $550, right? Yeah. Dude, I mean, that was a pretty good steal. That was a really good steal.
It was, and I thought about doing it. So
you should have just withdrew $200 from the ATM, paid the cash first, and then put the rest on the credit card. So it looks to your wife like you only spent $300 on it.
That's my strip club trick. Come on. No, I'm just joking. You know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's perfect for what we need. But then now we're looking at like our fucking cable bill, and it's like $247 a month.
Oh, dude, get rid of the TV, man.
Yeah, we were having this sidebar and texting.
Currently pricing out just cutting the cord. And like, so if I was to just cut down, they want to keep the phone line because they've had it forever.
Yeah.
But to do just cable and the phone line is $120 for that.
Yeah. You're not going to.
If we kill the phone line and my father-in-law starts the account in his name, it's like I get like 200 megabyte downloads for like $70 a month.
Yep. That's the thing. Like I have to look at it again. But the last time I explored
the options,
cutting, getting rid of cable, getting a little faster internet, and doing some kind of streaming service. The problem that I have I have myself, my wife, my mother-in-law, my kids. The way to get a package that covers all channels that we all watch.
It's so expensive.
You're not going to get it.
And to have a
phone line.
No, just to have the high speed separately. I'm not really saving much money.
You should just put your foot down.
It's not worth the headache to do the switch to save $10 a month. Or $15 a month.
You should literally just put your foot down.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to eventually just cancel the cable, and they're going to go to watch 90 Day Fiance or Real Housewives of
Is there anything
wherever, and it's not going to be on.
You can't find online today that you need to have?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on
like
it's convenience, and they're picky, right?
But this new Disney Go app.
Is it worth?
Well, not even the new Disney Go, but the new streaming service that they're coming out with.
Well, the Disney Plus they're coming out. What they're calling it? They have a new package. It's going to be Disney, ESPN, and Hulu with the commercials.
Yeah.
But it's still Hulu. So if I paid whatever the $12.99 a month for that is, it has the Disney for my kid. Hulu has anything on prime time TV my wife wants to watch.
Yep, for the most part, yeah.
I get a Netflix subscription and I get an HBO subscription because the only shows I watch on premium cable are the ones on HBO. Like the Westworlds of the world, I still like that.
Yeah, I've never seen it. So what I did was when I canceled mine.
Show.
Is it? Yeah, I heard it was.
You want my
no, I have
Leech account so you can watch it?
I have HBO.
Okay.
And I'll tell you how I got it. So I signed up for DirecTV Now when they first came out. Right. And I still had cable. It was more of like a beta program.
Do you have one of those crazy old plans that has like every...
Yep. So it was $35 a month. And it was like the beta program, and I was still paying for cable TV, but I was like, this might be a good alternative, right? So $35 a month, and I had like the second to highest streaming package, and I stayed grandfathered in. I mean, they've changed the plans multiple times, and I've stayed grandfathered in. They increased it because I added HBO, and then they increased it again because they were like, if you want to keep your package, we have to charge you another $10 a month. So I went from $35 to $40 to $50 a month, but I have a shitload of channels. I have HBO, right?
Well, they still do that shit. Like one of my friends, the same friend whose wife I told you works at True TV.
Yeah.
That they're owned by, I believe it's AT&T owns that group of channels. Okay. I believe. So he was telling me, because AT&T owns DirecTV, right? He was telling me that he gets the top of the line DirecTV Now package for like $15 a month because
he works there.
Because his wife works at this place. Yeah. And he's like, he said, all I'm paying is like $70 a month and I have everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. And I mean, what's cool is that there were cool features that were coming out every month, and it was more of like cloud DVR, and all. I mean, we barely use it, but I would rather pay $50 a month for that than have to pay $240 for.
If you need a DVR that's not brought by the company, TiVo's still a thing, right?
Technically, but if I wanted to do even a DVR, I could have just bought the Amazon fucking DVR.
Yeah,
right.
You're right.
Instead, I mean, so I have internet package which cost me $70 a month. Plus the TV package I have through DirecTV Now, which is $50. Yeah. I mean, I can't complain. I was paying $240 before, and it's ridiculous. So, and I have now 5 Amazon Fire Sticks on TVs, right? 2 that are 4K, and then the rest are just whatever. Who's using them? Fucking nobody. Yeah. Like we have one TV on the entire day, and it's either the kids or it's me fucking trying to watch something in 4K. Yeah. That's it.
I hear you, man.
I mean, yes, we have Netflix also, right? But I think Netflix gets used more than anything else in this house.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's got everything on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's going to be crazy when they start losing all the
Disney stuff. Yeah. I mean,
Disney stuff,
which is fine. I mean, it's more, I think the adults in this house that use.
But that's also Fox. All the Fox properties too. No.
Why?
Because Disney just bought Fox.
Not everything.
They made a comment that they have like big franchises that they can now remake.
That's movies. That's movies, but I don't think it's TV stuff.
I don't know.
And I don't think Netflix has any X-Men stuff. They don't have Deadpool. They don't have any of that stuff on there.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I think the last...
Because Die Hard's Fox, right? So they could technically own that now?
Right? I don't know. Good question.
I'll do some research. We can talk about this at a future date. Good topic.
Yeah, that is a good topic.
So,
I think we've rambled on long enough. What else do we have?
We chewed up everyone's ears enough tonight.
I think so.
All right. So,
you have anything else?
No, I think we're.
I'm all set.
You're all set. All right.
Cut to the finish.
Yeah, this was another long episode. We kind of jumped around different things, but
we were down some really bad conspiracy rabbit holes for a little bit there, man.
Yeah, I started.
Damn with the rabbits. The damn rabbits.
Damn rabbits.
It was the rabbits.
It was the fucking rabbits.
Again, unintentional pun.
Yeah. So we're going to do cut to the finish. And this week we're going with Anchor. So Anchor, you may have seen them in different stores like Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon kind of promotes them a lot. The one thing I would like to promote that I use usually on a day-to-day and when I travel is the Anchor PowerCore 26800. So basically it's a battery pack. It's got 3 USB output where you can plug in your phone, your iPad, maybe something else to charge on the go. And it's got 2 micro USB ports for dual charging at the same time. Kind of charges a little bit quicker. So it's
got 5 ports on it total.
So it's got 5 ports total, 2 input, 3 output.
Okay.
And the 3 output are basically, I think, 2.5 amp.
They're usually all smart ones now, right?
It's got some like IQ.
They know what they're doing.
It's a proprietary, stuff. But yeah, so if I just use it for my phone when I'm out, I can literally charge it like 7 or 8 times before the whole thing dies.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I take it with me everywhere I go. I took it with me in Canada. I took it with me to Sweden.
I traveled for work like for 3 days, and all I've used to charge was my battery pack, just because I kept forgetting to charge it.
You know what? Sometimes like if I'm at a hotel room and the outlet is not close to the bed, I'll just use this.
Yeah.
Because once the phone is fully charged, it kind of shuts off.
And I feel it charges faster than the wall too.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like the Anchor I have, because I have a similar one.
Yeah.
I feel like if I plug it into there, it charges it faster than if I plug it into my wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, this is a little bit of an older model that I've had for a few years, but I still recommend it to anybody. Yeah. I mean, I know they have some other ones with USB-C, but this came out before the USB-C was released on their devices. And
I got, the one I have is the USB-C and the QI charging. QI? Is that the right term? Key charging, whatever it is.
So that's wireless. I mean, I recommend this to anybody. I mean, they've got different sizes as far as what you're looking for. So if you think that this one is too big for you, you can always go and get a smaller one. They've got the 10,000, 13,000 sizes.
I think they even make the lipstick size ones too, like the ones that are for your ultimate emergency backpack.
Yeah. I mean, like the 10,000 milliamp size is it's like $30.
Yeah,
you can't complain. I mean, if you that's something you stick in your pocket, you could probably charge your phone maybe 3 or 4 times off that.
How big was it?
10,000. The one that I have is almost 27,000.
Yeah, because the iPhone batteries are right around
like 3 or 4. Yeah.
I think it's a little more now. The one I have. I think
you have the Max, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Because that's what.
So you may get like a charge and a half, maybe 2 charges. I mean, they've got a pretty.
I could be completely wrong, but I thought it was higher.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to check. But they've got a pretty good warranty. I mean, I use their cables all the time for charging my phones and stuff.
I gotta buy some cables. So I'll probably buy some tonight.
They have some pretty good deals, and they have like 18-month warranty. So if it stops working, there's like a little tag on the with the serial number.
Mm-hmm.
You give them the serial number and then your order number from Amazon, and they'll just send you a replacement.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm buying these cables tonight.
Yeah, so they work out pretty well.
Because I've been charging my phone like exclusively in my car in the morning when I get out for the day. Just I keep forgetting the cable I have isn't working. Shit.
Yeah. I use for the most part their cables only and I'm a really big fan of them. So
good to know.
Yeah, so I can't go wrong. So you can quote me on that. We'll leave it at that.
Quote.
Yeah, air quotes.
Also a nickname for mine once.
So we're going to wrap it up on this episode. Hopefully when we get back, we'll have another interview for you. Maybe we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Or we'll have a follow-up on Joe's colonoscopy.
Yes, maybe I'll be the interview and it'll be like a session in like a psychiatrist. I'm laying on the couch. And then the doctor said to me, but
yeah, should be an interesting episode. Stay tuned. We want some feedback from you guys, so let us know what you think.
Yeah, comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Let other people hear how much of an idiot I am.
And spread the word. We want to be able to kind of share the experience with everyone. If we can find out, maybe we can kind of do some tally marks of somehow the most shares, you get a free t-shirt.
And if you're in Jersey, I'll drive it to you.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Later, everybody.